If you're feeling weak, there happens to be some burgers next door.
Over there.
They are so good from the Rastellis. Oh, I know. I know. Girl can beat a dead horse. So here we go. We're going to dive into some Groovetech for Cooks Essentials. This is a set of 2 knives.
That's right.
But they do so many things. So remember, this is a serrated and a straight paring knife. Now, 4 inches in size, but you get the sheaths with them as well. So when they're not in use, they are covered.
Exactly.
Which is nice for fingers.
Yeah, it's very good for that. Keeping knives, stored down flat in drawer. That's where I like to keep knives. I don't like to have them out in cutting blocks.
Why do we need 2?
2 because one has a serrated edge to it. So what I'm going to do is see if we can get a very close shot right there. There it is. Look at that. That's
a little micro serration.
Exactly. So when I'm working with things like day-old bagels and croissants and baguette and that kind of thing, that serration is going to be really handy. Tough things like kiwi that has that tough skin on it, radishes, for example, also.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And then
That's what I do to all radishes. I'm allergic to radishes.
Is that right?
I am.
I did not know that.
I
all right. Well, I
them.
won't ask you to work
No.
with them at all. And then we have this straight edge here. So that's pretty cool too. And then of course you see that we have the Groovetech technology right here. It's these this waviness, this, if you will, this corrugated blade. And we've got some animation coming up right here that's really going to demonstrate what we're talking about. It's air pockets in the blade, and the air pockets actually push food away from the blade. So when we're cutting through things that suction onto a knife, it actually makes it easier. So whether it's the limes or the citrus, tough skins there, even your nightshades, like your hothouse tomatoes and your eggplant and that kind of thing, perfect for that. Here we're using the micro serration to...
For your pretzel croissant.
Yes.
Wow, pretzel croissant.
Yes, that.
Whoa.
That's a new word. That's a new
croissant
thing.
rolls. My goodness, when you get excited. But rudely interrupted you.
That's
my
all right.
apologies. But
no problem.
This is the gist. That groove technology keeps the food from sticking to the blade, but does not add wavy lines to your food.
Yeah,
I love
not
that.
a waffle cut at all.
You do have color choices. You've got the red, you've got the set of 2 in the black, and you've got the set of 2 in the blue. The sheaths come along with it, remember, so you can protect those little fingers if you do store your knives in a drawer. Featured price of $24.60 to get all of that home, and really these are going to be the knives that you use every single day.
I think so. Paring knives, when you think about paring knives, I must have like 6 in my drawer, just because it's the knife that you go to all the time.
Right.
When you're doing the little things, when you're working with fruit from the grower's market and you need to, whole berries or something like that. Here we're just working with a croissant. That should be just crumbling apart, but I'm using the serrated edge on that, and it's actually just cutting through that, not crushing. It really does a wonderful job. That's the micro serration. You've got the straight edge there,
which is working fine too.
Yeah, it's perfect. And I'll tell you why, because that knife is very sharp, so it's going to make it nice and safe, but also cutting through things like the hothouse tomato.
This has a really nice weight to it too.
I want you to feel that as well. So this is a hothouse tomato. That's the straight edge right there.
Okay.
And I'll use the micro serration over here on this other one. But this tomato is more like a rock. Like if I threw this at Bruce right now, it would probably cause an injury.
He'd get upset.
Yes, he would.
He's a well-mannered young man, but he would get upset.
The micro serration is helping because it's almost like you need to saw through that tomato because the skin is so tough.
It really is.
Look at you. There you go.
You've taught me some things.
There you go, and that's perfect. So over here now we'll work with strawberries. Hopefully you're not allergic to strawberries.
No, of course.
Okay, there we go.
I've terrorized you this morning. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, we can do something really fancy with this, like fan the strawberry.
But can I use the tip to kind of
you can.
Get
also
down in
to
there?
hold, yep, you can do that.
Thank you. Get down in there.
Get down in there, also called holding the strawberry, right there, like that, right? So what you're doing, and then you can actually just use the tip of the knife, once we go all the way around, use the tip of the knife to just pop that right out like that.
Now you can fill it with chocolate.
That's right, fill it with chocolate or just cut it down like we're doing doing right here. But you turn to things like paring knives all the time because with little things, here we go. There's a cherry tomato. Here's some garlic. And, you know, garlic is one of those sticky sort of smelly things that we work with. So it's much nicer when we can get through that kind of job very, very quickly. And we can actually slice that garlic so thin that we could practically read the New York Times through there. There we go.
I made a strawberry
There, that's wonderful.
Now I'm just making artwork down here on the
there we
plate in
go.
front of us. Okay.
And then here we have a cherry tomato, and it's a very ripe cherry tomato, so maybe we use the micro serrated blade for that too, so it's not sawing through, so it's just cutting right through easily. And then when we deal with something like this, cucumber, because we're making a salad, let's go back to that straight edge and see how quickly, oh, hello, look at
Can I
that.
sharpen these knives?
Yeah,
so if I have a little
actually-
sharpener at home, can I sharpen both?
No, I would only sharpen the straight
That's my
edge one.
question, okay.
Yeah, the micro serration is actually going to keep that sort of razor serration for a very long time. So we're not going to need to worry about sharpening that one. But they all, of course, include that Groovetech technology. Yes, and the
You're a kind
the
man.
bus is right off the road. The wheels are off, and we're right on. Yeah, here we go. So
Well, if I'm driving, yeah, we are.
There we go. And then things like potatoes, because cucumbers are very wet, they'll suction on, and so will potatoes. But here we go. We're just cutting right through that, and we can also do a very, very thin cut like that. And you see right there, it really does a marvelous job. So paring knives, we need them.
Yes, we do.
This is a
These
great
are
set.
a great set. So red, black, and blue, remember, comes with the sheaths. You get the micro serration, and then you also get the straight edge, but these are both all colors available for a featured price of $24.60. Love the fact that it can do so many different jobs, and I love the fact that it's got the pointy tip too, so you can really hull the strawberry if you would like to.
Yeah, those pointy tips actually are very helpful. Even like taking the eyes out of potatoes.
That's
when they
the one.
start to
Thank
sprout
you.
up. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, perfect for that.
Okay, let's dive into the Cooks Essentials electric mandolin with 7 blades and a lid. This is one that, wow, 50,000 have been sold in less than a month. That's how popular, that's how much, we didn't even know we needed that power of our food processor behind the convenience of a mandolin slicer, that even cutting, all of the possibilities. 7 blades with this offer.
That's right. And you see right there with that small cubing of the peppers, it's absolutely perfect because we did it here as well in the mandolin that's sitting right in front of me. And it does it perfectly each and every time. The size is perfect. It's uniform. And this is what they more or less beat into you every day in culinary school, that the cuts have to be uniform. So if you're not able to do that with a knife, boy, we're able to do it right here like this.
Yeah.
And if you look down here in the hopper, everything is collecting, and you see how perfect those peppers are. And this is how we load them in, just like that. We just want to cut them down so they're going to fit through the feeding tube, and then we push them through with the food pusher right there. And I'm using the large cubing blade here, and you can see right there the uniformity of those cuts, just as we saw in that videotape. Look at that. It's
Beautiful.
just perfect. It is just perfect.
Now, you've been a chef going on 23 years.
Yeah,
And
so
your knife skills are incredible because you've taught me quite a bit. And could